All right, guys. Derek here from DJD, and this is a little bit of a how-to video on wheel cleaning. So you see, I'm starting out with the HyperClean X. I usually dilute mine about 4 to 1, and I find that to be like one of the better dilutions on it. I don't think you really need to go much higher. I mean, you can mix it 1 to 1. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And then here I'm going in with the HyperClean wheel. Now I will reveal a little secret. So I take HyperClean wheel in the bag, mix it into a 5-gallon container, and then when I go to mix up my wheel cleaning bottle, um, I mix it pretty much all the way up to the top, and then I add a little bit of what's called Technician's Choice 3-in-1 Surface Clarifier. So that is a iron remover, or just lists as a fallout remover. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't have like the smell, but if you spray it on heavily contaminated iron, you can see it starting to break down the actual contamination. They kind of turn black as they kind of run down the sides of the car. So I add a little bit of that in there, and then that's what you guys are seeing why it's foaming so much, because HyperClean wheel by itself isn't super foamy, but it does give lubrication. Um, with that, it's going to basically allow you to almost paint the dirt or iron or heavy fallout off of the vehicle. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it helps, but it's just something I do. I usually spray some of the HyperClean X degreaser into the brush as I'm going to scrub the tire. I don't know if it helps, but I've been doing it for years, and it just seems to really cut through the grease and the grime. I guess maybe it's that added little final boost in there. Because you can see all the browning and what old dress and whatever is on the tire is gone. And all right, so another wheel cleaning. This is a BMW M4 that we did a few weeks ago. The front brakes on most cars do the majority of the braking, and especially on these German cars, there's usually going to be a lot of brake dust. So on this one, the rims were pretty black. I mean, you could almost write your name and the amount of brake dust that was on there, but that's what you're usually going to find on all these performance cars. The German cars, the Mercedes, I mean, even Mustangs, anything that's made to go fast is going to have some heavy brake dust. So now here I'm going to be spraying the same mixture I was talking about, the HyperClean wheel and the Technician's Choice 3-in-1 Surface Clarifier into the brush to actually go and kind of paint out all the little intricate little details, the wheel lugs, the actual rims themselves. But it was, getting a lot of black stuff coming out there. It was pretty nasty. And then kind of using the extra bottle to kind of sit there and go and kind of re-up on the brush to kind of make sure I get all the cleaner, get all that stuff out of it. Now in the rinse off here, you can see down near the bottom of the rim, or even on the front, all the black stuff, just all the brake dust just coming out of there. So this mix that I've been talking about, the HyperClean W and then the surface clarifier from Technician's Choice, has been like a godsend to me as far as like getting rims as clean as possible. You can use either the mix or just the Surface One clarifier on the body of the car too. I mean, you can use the only thing I've never used it on windows, but pretty much everything else I've sprayed down the whole car, especially if the car's like are really contaminated. Spray the whole back, the lower panels, everything down.